Have you ever wondered why sometimes your kindness gets you nowhere? It's not that being a good person is a curse. It's that in this cutthroat world, simply having a kind heart isn't enough to carve out your destiny. If you believe that integrity alone will guarantee success, you're chasing an illusion. The harsh truth is that our world doesn't reward the meek. It rewards those who master the game. How many times have you felt like you're constantly being stepped on? How many times have you done the right thing, only to be met with silence or, worse, exploitation? You were raised to believe that honesty and nobility are virtues that lead to reward. But here's the reality. The world favors the shrewd, those who know when to reveal their true nature and when to hide behind a facade. Machiavelli knew something that most of us ignore. Human nature is selfish, fickle, and often cruel. In his timeless treatise, The Prince, he taught us that pure virtue without a measure of cunning is a fatal flaw. To be good without a strategy is to set yourself up for failure. Let's be honest. Think about the people you admire, those who have risen to the top. Did they get there simply because they were kind? No, they knew how to navigate the shadows, to wield morality as both shield and sword. They understood that to achieve greatness, you must combine your core values with calculated action. Kindness, when paired with strategy, becomes an undeniable force. The problem isn't that you're inherently good. It's that you haven't learned how to protect yourself. You expect others to play by your rules. But here's the kicker. The world is full of predators disguised as friends, opportunists who can smell naivety from a mile away. And if you're not careful, you become the prime target. This is where I introduce you to the concept of intelligent kindness. It's not about transforming yourself into a villain, nor is it about betraying your core values. It's about reality, understanding that your genuine kindness must be balanced with a keen insight into human behavior. Learn to read people, foresee their moves, and recognize when to trust and when to hold back. Machiavelli once declared, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." And that brings us to a crucial question. Which do you choose, approval or respect? When you constantly choose to be the agreeable, harmless soul, what have you really gained? Instead of commanding respect, you become a plaything for those who wish to exploit your goodwill. Remember, kindness without boundaries inspires pity, not power. I'm not asking you to discard your morality. I'm urging you to harness it with calculated precision. Understand that survival in this world doesn't come from pure virtue. It comes from mastering the art of perception. Your reputation, your image, is everything. Show the world that you're not to be trifled with. If you give off the impression of weakness, they will treat you accordingly. But if you project strength, if you exude control and mystery, you will command respect. How many times have you let others trample over you because you feared conflict? How many times have you held back your true potential because you were too busy seeking approval? It's time to change that narrative. Instead of being a pawn in someone else's game, become the player who calls the shots. Consider this. Even the most influential figures in history didn't merely rely on raw talent. They understood that perception is paramount. They knew that reality, as seen by others, is often more potent than the truth. In every interaction, you're not just showing your abilities, you're selling your story. And the person who sells their story best is the one who controls the narrative. Let's talk about the power of information. In today's world, being transparent is often seen as a virtue, but absolute openness can render you vulnerable. The truly powerful know that every piece of information is a potential weapon. Machiavelli advised that a leader must never reveal all their cards, not because deceit is virtuous, but because it's the smartest way to preserve your edge. Learn to practice strategic silence. There's incredible power in restraint. The one who speaks sparingly, who lets others wonder what they're thinking, is the one who holds the true reins of influence. When you only share what's absolutely necessary, you create a veil of mystery that commands attention. In a world obsessed with immediate reactions and impulsive decisions, the art of patience is your secret weapon. While most rush headlong into every situation, you must learn to wait, to observe, and to strike only when the moment is perfect. It's not about hesitation, it's about timing. Just like a master hunter waits for the precise moment to pounce, you too must understand that power often lies in restraint. Think about the times when reacting immediately cost you more than it saved you. Those fleeting moments of uncontrolled emotion, anger, fear, or frustration only serve to weaken your position. The truly influential, however, are those who maintain emotional control. They remain calm when chaos ensues. They let their silence speak volumes, and in that silence they become unpredictable, a force that no one can easily tame. Predictability is your enemy. When people can anticipate your every move, they hold all the cards. Instead, cultivate an aura of unpredictability. Surprise them. Let them wonder about your next step, and you'll find that they start treating you as someone not to be underestimated. And then, there's the art of scarcity. In a world where everyone is accessible, being constantly available dilutes your value. The truth is, too much presence can be as damaging as too little. Absence, when applied correctly, creates desire. When you're not always there, when you selectively show up, your presence becomes a rare commodity. And what's rare is always valued. Ask yourself, how often have you given more than you received, only to have your efforts taken for granted? It's a simple human truth. What is abundant is often overlooked, but what is scarce is revered. Learn to control your availability. Sometimes the strongest move is to take a step back, allowing your absence to speak for your value. Now, let's move into a territory that many shy away from: the power of emotional mastery. It's not about suppressing your feelings, it's about mastering them. Those who let their emotions dictate their actions become easy prey for manipulation. But if you can remain composed, if you can harness your emotional energy and direct it with purpose, you hold the ultimate power. Every time someone tries to provoke you, they're testing your control. And if you lose that control, they win. So, practice calmness. Become the rock in the storm. When others are swept away by chaos, your composed silence will command attention. Remember, the person who remains unruffled is the one who truly wields influence. The final piece of this intricate puzzle is patience. Real power is not achieved overnight. It's earned through careful planning, observation, and the courage to act only when the moment is ripe. Every decision you make should be calculated, every move deliberate. Rushing into action not only jeopardizes your position, it undermines the very foundation of your strategy. The most successful leaders and influencers are those who know when to wait. They observe, they plan, and when the time is right, they strike with surgical precision. It's not about being the fastest, it's about being the smartest. It's about knowing that the road to true influence is paved with deliberate, measured actions. So, I ask you, are you ready to abandon the illusion that mere kindness will see you through? Are you prepared to embrace a strategy that empowers you to control your destiny? It's time to transform your approach. Be kind, but be calculated. Be warm, but be unpredictable. Let your actions be guided by both heart and mind. The world won't change its rules for you, but you can learn to play by its true laws. The laws of perception, emotional control, strategic silence, and calculated patience. Instead of being another pawn in the game, become the master of the board. Rewrite the narrative of your life by mastering these principles. Remember, True power isn't just about being seen, it's about being respected. It's about controlling not only how you act, but how you are perceived by the world. So, as you step forward into this ruthless arena, ask yourself, will you continue to be a passive observer, or will you rise as a strategist who commands attention? This isn't a call to abandon your morals, it's a call to harness them in a way that ensures you're never left vulnerable. It's about turning your greatest strengths, your kindness, your integrity, into assets that serve your ambitions. Combining compassion with shrewd strategy, you not only survive, you thrive. The choice is yours. You can remain in the shadows of those who exploit your goodwill, or you can step into the light as a true master of your destiny. Embrace the art of strategy. Master the balance between openness and mystery, between kindness and strength. The world respects those who can control the narrative and project an image of unwavering power. So, as you leave this video, let these words resonate. Power is in the silence. When you learn to speak less, act thoughtfully, and command attention with your very presence, you transform from a mere participant into a force to be reckoned with. If you're ready to break free from mediocrity, to stop being the easy target, and to finally claim the respect and authority you deserve, then it's time to take action. Start with small, deliberate moves, regulate your availability, master your emotions, and always, always be unpredictable. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this message struck a chord and made you rethink the rules of the game, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to share the phrase, "Power is in the silence." Let's see how many of you are ready to rise above the ordinary and dominate your destiny. Don't be just another face in the crowd. Be the one who writes the rules. Be the strategist. Be the force. Subscribe for more insights on mastering the art of life and power. Until next time, stay sharp, stay patient, and always keep your silence as your greatest weapon.